her.
Hi everyone, this is Odyssey. Welcome back to my channel. Hello.
Hi!
Actually, currently traveling. We're in Switzerland right now. Ooh. So we're shooting this vlog because I wanted to talk about an important topic, and it is with my special guest, Danstan. Been watching my vlog. You have seen him already when I went to Finland. Today, I want to talk about being a nurse in Finland, and I think the best person to tell about the nursing opportunities would be one of my friends, which is Danstan. He is from Finland. He is already a nurse there, and he had been living in Finland for like 4 years already. Tama?
Yeah, 4 years.
Okay. The main intention of this video is to talk about more the nursing opportunities in Finland, since in general, parang yung opportunity to work as a nurse in Europe had already been growing. So, I mean, for Filipino workers, for example, it had always been Canada, US, Australia, New Zealand,
Middle
Dubai, yeah, right? But I think for the last 5 years, parang it's growing popularity na din to work in European countries, not just UK, but
Also Ireland.
yeah, but right now we already have Ireland, we have Germany and
Norway.
and again Finland.
And
So
I also heard that the Netherlands are also hiring Filipino nurses
talaga?
after COVID.
Oh,
That's what I heard. That the government of Netherlands are looking for
Filipino.
at least 3,000 Filipino nurses.
Oh.
If I'm not mistaken, but yes.
So I think I would say in the next 5 years, definitely there would be more and more Filipino workers or nurses that will be working or will be enticed to work here in Europe as well.
Yeah.
So, you know my journey in Germany. Today, I would just be highlighting the nursing opportunities for Finland. So, let's get started. Cheers!
Cheers.
This is more like coffee talk, but we don't have coffee, we have wine. We're trying one of their local wines from Switzerland,
From Switzerland.
I guess.
And also it's already late, so coffee is
Yeah.
not advisable to drink now.
It's already 9:30 p.m. but we're trying to squeeze on this vlog para ma-post ko na siya pag nakabalik ako.
Yeah. Well, this is actually a good one.
Medyo sweet, no?
Yeah.
Alright, so I prepared questions for you. First and foremost, why Finland?
Why Finland? Way back 2018 when I visited Finland, it was too dark, really dark, and I told myself that I cannot live here because it's really dark and it's really cold. I knew that I have to study the language before you work as a nurse in Finland, and it's not that really easy to study their language. But then again, people change and people's way of thinking is changing as well. So after a year, Finland is not the first option. It was Belgium. So I studied French language, and then
Talaga?
Yeah.
Yes, also.
I studied French language in Dubai for quite for a few months, and then I continued it in Brussels in Belgium. When my visa is ending, then I decided to. I was thinking, should I go back to the Philippines or should I go back to Dubai? I was telling myself that no, I can't go back. I have to stay here in Europe.
Okay.
And so I have no choice. But then again, Finland came. So let's go to Finland, and then let's just see what will happen.
Oh, I see. I think it's one of the common reactions or common feelings, emotions that we'd have, considering that we'd been living in tropical countries, diba? And then of course, Dubai or Middle East as well is very hot. So when you go to a new place where it's super cold, it's winter and stuff, then I think you have that kind of fear now, oh, I'm not used to this kind of weather. But yeah, opportunity sometimes really go back or find its way back to you, and I think it's just really more on deciding, okay, let me go ahead and see if this is for me or not.
Yeah, actually that was my stepping point. Like, okay, let's see what will happen in Finland. If it's not really for me, then maybe go back to the Philippines, or maybe try some other different countries.
And of course, the language is really the most challenging part, because is never easy to learn a different
it
language.
was never easy, or it's not really easy to learn. Finnish language is completely, like, very completely different. It's really complicated language.
So thank you for sharing that. Let's talk about now your journey. So I wanted to ask you, how did it start for you? Did someone help you move to Finland, or did you just decide it for yourself since you are in Belgium? How did you get a nursing job in Finland?
I actually have a nanny, not really a nanny, but my parents sent her to school when I was a child, and she was taking care of us. And she's living in Finland, and then I contacted her when my visa is getting expired. So I contacted her, and she said that, would you like to come to Finland? And then and I told her that, well, I just came there last year, and I don't really feel working there because it's really cold. That time she was saying that, no, Finland is really beautiful, it's a really different country, and there's a lot of opportunity here, especially you are a nurse. And so I told her that, okay, do you know someone who can help me? It's a good timing because one of my employer is looking for a nurse who wants to take care of their grandmother and also their children. I sent my resume, and then they called me, and they interviewed me, and then I have to fly to Finland for the interview.
But that was your personal or pocket, your personal expense?
No, they paid for the tickets for the interviews.
But the coincidence of the event, I would say, it's because you're kind of lost on what path you will take, whether to go back in the Philippines or really where do you want to go. And then in a way, your nanny came into the light and then gave you that kind of opportunity, kumbaga, knowing someone who is looking for a nurse. So the timing is actually right.
It was really perfect timing, actually. And then for that interview, I went to Lourdes in France, famous church, or the pilgrimage place, which is the Our Lady of Lourdes, the church. I asked fervently, or I prayed hardly that, please let me stay here in Europe. And then it happened. And then when I get back to Brussels from Helsinki,
after the interview,
it took 3 weeks or almost a month before I got the news that, okay, Danstan, we will hire you, and we will process everything. When I received the news after 4 weeks, then I decided, okay, I will go there.
Oh, wow.
So it was really challenging because I don't know the place.
Of course, you just came there to visit. At least your nanny is there in Finland.
Yeah, because
so
I was staying with her for like 6 months. I was with her, so it's really a big help.
And so technically your entry level now is with this family. So how long have you been working with this family until you decided that you wanted to work in a medical facility?
Well, when they interviewed me, before they interviewed me, they knew that I am a nurse and I have a plan to continue my nursing profession in Finland. And so they have the idea that once I learn the language, I have the possibility to terminate my contract with them, and then I will pursue the nursing profession. But then again, COVID came, and so there was no language course. Everything has shut down, and so it took me 2 years to work with them because of the COVID.
I see. And while you're working with the family, did you already start doing the language or learning the Finnish language?
I started learning the language while working with the family until COVID came. I am studying the Finnish language course, but it's not regularly course because I am working also working full time. There was this app. It's like a meeting application, something like that. But that app is specifically for a language, or like
social interaction
with the language. It's not a proper school.
So but you're immersing with people.
I am immersing with people, and then those people
language.
speaks the Finnish language, and we are studying in library.
Okay. Oh wow.
So that's every Wednesday.
And how many people are there in this kind of meeting session?
11 and 12, something like that. So it's a quite big group.
Okay, but I think really the best way to learn or to improve the language is really to immerse with people that speaks the language.
Yeah.
I mean, when I learned Deutsch in school, it was of course different because you're learning the formal language.
Mhm.
But then when I get to work, it's more like a street language.
It's more like slang language.
Yeah, and there are lots of vocabularies or new words that I am not yet accustomed to. So the only way that I would be able to, go beyond that is really speak with those people that speaks the language, so they can help me correct myself as well.
Yeah. Well, the family that I was working with, they are Finnish Swedish family, so their mother tongue is Swedish. Although they can speak Finnish fluently, but they prefer to speak
At
Swedish
home,
at
of
home,
course.
so that the kids can learn Swedish. And also the kids wanted to learn English as well. So I speak English, and of course I didn't understand completely Swedish at that time.
Mhm.
But then again, when I work with them every day, so of course
You hear it, so
I hear it, so of course I understand somehow, but I cannot speak. Like I can speak maybe the basic, like good moron, yeah, komuetta, like come and eat, something like that. So very very basic. But then again, I cannot speak fluently, or I cannot speak like a good sentence in Swedish. That's one of the reasons why I wasn't able to speak Finnish immediately. It took me time. It took me really really long, like 2 years to speak the language.
Oh, I see. But for sure you already understand the language, right? But it's also hard to express yourself.
Yeah, because one thing is like I'm afraid to speak because maybe the
They will
grammar.
correct you.
Yeah,
they will laugh
they will
at
correct
you,
me. They will
or-
laugh at me, or you just speak English because we will understand you when you speak English.
I see, and I guess that's one of the judgments that we have for ourselves that would make us be afraid in learning the language, is because considering we're already adults now and then we're learning a new language, but
That's
then you
really
get to
difficult.
speak like a kid. So parang, diba, it's kind of embarrassing in a way. But really, when you are learning a new language, you have to be patient with yourself as
Yeah,
well.
give
that
time.
it would really take time, and it's
Yeah.
not really gonna be immediate that
You
you'll
should,
be able
yeah.
to speak the
Yeah,
language.
you should give yourself time, and also the Finns will really appreciate when you speak or when you try to speak their language. They will really appreciate it. One friend of mine, I asked her, is it irritating if you hear hear our sentences wrong or grammatically wrong, and she said that no, we actually appreciate that
Because of the you're trying your
because
best.
you're trying your best to speak the language, and you're trying your best that you will learn the language
I
as well.
see.
So
Yeah, I'm getting that kind of tips as well. I'm happy with my colleagues as well. It's because I never felt bad sometimes if I cannot really express myself. They try to boost me and try to help me that you can do it. Just speak with the language. Just
Yeah.
continue speaking the language, and in no time you'll be able to improve yourself. And I think that's very important, especially on the beginning phase that you're learning a new language.
that's true.
Thank you. Another question. So did you have any hospital experience before being a nurse? After graduating or passing our
Actually-
board exam in nursing in the Philippines?
Well, to be honest, my hospital experience in the Philippines is like 3 months only. Or I worked in a rural health unit. Most of my nursing career in the Philippines is community.
Community nurse.
I worked with RN Hills, the DOH program that time.
So going back to your timeline, you said that you've been working. You were working with this family from 2019 to 2021.
Mhm.
Is that right? For
Yeah.
2 years now.
Yeah.
And then you started working in a medical facility. When was that? 2021 as well?
2021.
2021.
2021 June? Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
2 years already.
Yeah, 2 years already. If my memory
So
serves that.
2021, 22,
Yes,
23.
yes.
So after 2 years of working in medical facility in Finland, considering that you don't have hospital experience again as a nurse in the Philippines, how was your adjustment?
Well, to be honest, the medical system in the Philippines and in Finland is totally different. For example, in the Philippines, we don't have, or it's not really typical, the nursing homes in the Philippines. Because I'm working in a nursing home in Finland. In the Philippines, we are taking care of our grandmother,
that's our culture,
grandfathers,
kasi,
and they are staying with us. In Finland's case, the elders, once they reach maybe 60 or 70, if they cannot manage themselves or live alone, they are automatically living in the nursing home.
And I think
Or the family are deciding to, or of course the
state, the government actually.
No, the patient itself will decide for themselves if okay, I will go to nursing homes because I cannot manage myself.
And it's also because it's 100% healthcare. So right now with the taxes that we're paying, we're already contributing towards our pension plan or retirement. So for example, you're already old and you wanted to go to senior homes, then all the contributions or the taxes that you have paid during the working years will be deducted from that contribution.
From the contribution, yes. Yeah, that's true.
So I think that's the reason why you have that option in Europe. And like in the Philippines, yes, we do have it's SSS, but it's more of, yes, because of the cultures that we have, our family are taking care of the elderly.
Yeah.
Yeah. How was your adjustment in the nursing homes, working as a nurse?
It's really, it's very challenging because at first I take care of everything, but then again it's not good. I mean, the elder will be dependent to the nurse.
To you,
or to me.
But we're promoting active care, so there should be like a cooperation or participation from your resident.
From your resident, yes.
Yeah, not
or
just
from our resident.
Yeah, not just really just providing care to that person. Okay. It was the same for me. I had really a big adjustment when I started working in senior homes as well.
The challenging part was of course the language. The formal and the street language is really different, but then again, I learned more like
during the interaction.
With the residents or with the patients. It's more important to interact with them, talk with them, and then chat with them. That's one thing that you should do in nursing home, so that your vocabulary will really widen and improve.
So with the language course that you had, how many months was that?
Before I entered the nursing home, I studied 1 year.
Is it already like B1 or B2? Like what was the niveau?
It's B1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, B1 level.
What was the challenge learning the language?
Girl, in Finnish language we have the conjugations.
It's the same with German.
Do you have the conjugations as well?
Yeah. So.
But we don't have he or she in Finnish. Like we only have one gender.
What was it? Han.
It's han.
Yeah.
So.
How many conjugations do you have though?
5. Like I, him, he, they.
Yeah. There.
There.
And then the formal C.
And then the formal, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same as well.
Yeah, so it's really difficult.
It's super difficult.
It's super difficult, yeah.
So how is it now being a nurse in Finland? I think you already know how much you improve with the language, and sometimes I met some of your Finnish friends as well. I mean, Filipino friends from Finland, and I hear you all talk in Finnish, and I think you're already fluent. How is it now being a nurse in Finland that you can already express yourself?
I can defend myself. Well, yeah. For example, if some problems at work with of course with coworkers, or some stuff that we don't understand.
You can already tell your opinion.
Yeah, I can already tell my opinion in Finnish, of course.
One of the other videos that I also created in which I mentioned, kasi especially with the language barrier, when you're first new with the language, it's just easy to say yes to everything without really understanding what you are saying too. So
yeah, it actually happened to me. And then I always say kyllä, or yo, but I don't understand what's really there. question or what's
okay.
really what they say. It's not advisable to do that. If you cannot understand what they are saying or what they are asking, better say that, can you please say it again, or can you please say it slowly so that I will understand.
Yeah.
Because they will more appreciate it when you say, can you please say it slowly.
It's because, for example, you really did not understand, but you just said yes, but you weren't able to follow through on what was being asked. Then, of course, they would also notice that you really did not understand.
Yeah.
So, kumbaga, it could have been effective, or like the task had been completed more easily if you have really asked what was being asked of you, rather than just saying yes. Even if you don't really understand.
Ang hirap.
Mahirap talaga. But what would be the tip that, or if you can give tips for someone who are interested maybe to work in Finland and learning the language, what would be the tip that you can give to them?
You have to study it by heart.
Oh.
Yeah, you really have to. And
you have to know your why.
You have to know your why, and then you should really embrace the language.
Yeah, it's because the more you resist, it would really be hard for
and
you,
then,
and then you would just be stressed.
Yeah, and then don't say that, ang hirap naman ito. Parang don't say that, hindi ko na kaya, ang hirap. Kasi, ginusto mo yan eh. Gusto mo pumunta ng Finland, gusto mo mag-aral, gusto mo aralin yung language, and so, aralin mo.
Yeah.
Kailangan mo, wala namang agad-agad na kukuha ka agad, di ba?
No, learn the best things naman in life. You really have to be patient. But like you said, diba, initially you really don't like Finland. But then you decided, sige, tignan ko if Finland is for me. So with that kind of parang in-embrace mo na, sige, tignan ko kung si Finland is para sa akin. Then at least you really decided na I'm gonna give my best, I'm gonna give my all to learn the language, to immerse with the culture, with the people. And then if it's not for me, then okay, it's not for me.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, you're right when you have said that as well. Another question that I wanted to ask would be the timeline of being a nurse. So for example, for us Filipino nurses who wanted to work in Germany, our entry level in medical facility would be as nursing assistant. Then we would undergo the anerkennung, or the recognition process, for a couple of months, 5 months for me, and then that's the time that I will be recognized and really work as a nurse. Is it the same for Finland, or is there any difference as well?
But before you recognize, did you study the language first? I mean, did you study the nursing course in Germany?
No, we just studied the language course in the Philippines, and then after passing the buhayofw exam in the Philippines, then we received the contract that we would be able to work here in Germany.
I am not from the Philippines. I mean, I applied directly. One of my friend or co-worker, he came from the Philippines and he applied this agency. He has to study the language for 6 to 8 months or 6 to 1 year. I'm not sure.
Up until buhayofw, maybe B2.
Up until B2, yes, up until B2. Once they arrived in Finland, they will work as a nursing assistant.
Like us, okay.
While they are working as a nursing assistant in Finland, they are also studying practical nurse first.
So there's additional course, kumbaga.
Call it in Finnish like buhayofw or practical nurse.
And how many months or years?
It depends upon you. Actually, it takes like 1 year, only 12 months. But if you manage to finish it in 6 months or in 8 months, then you will get the diploma as a practical nurse.
Okay.
That's recognized in the whole European.
That's already recognized.
Once you have that diploma and na recognition of Valvira,
then you'd be able to work.
Then you'd be able to, for example, I would like to apply maybe in UK or in Ireland. Then it's possible to apply because I graduated
with that practical
nursing in Finland.
Wow, that's interesting. We don't have that practical nursing course. We just went through the anerkennung, or the recognition process. But for example, for some of those who weren't able to pass our prüfung, or the anerkennung, or the recognition exam, then the option would be either go home or undergo the apprenticeship program or Ausbildung, and that would take 3 years.
3 years?
Yes. Or for anyone who doesn't have any medical background and stuff and wanted to work in Germany, they can also do the 3-year apprenticeship program. And after graduating that program, then it will also be the same. As you said, they do have an option to work in any other European countries.
Oh, okay.
How is it with the salary? Of course, I'm not sure.
That's a good question. The salary is not really like, although you work as a full time, but there's this deduction in your salary because you are a student. Although you work as a full time.
Ah, okay.
The school is giving you stipend or allowance.
Ah, okay. You, after 1 year, for example, of passing that nursing, practical nursing course, then after you're recognized as a nurse, then your salary would also increase.
Will get high, yes, will increase, yes.
Ah, okay.
Automatically. And also, your plus, if your experience in the Philippines or in other countries are more than 5 years, then it will more increase.
Ah, okay. They would also consider your
previous experiences, yeah.
Oh, wow. Do you have any plans pursuing or working in other facilities besides from nursing homes? What is the next goal for you?
I would like to experience working in the hospital in the emergency room. I'm going back to Helsinki tomorrow because I have this exam. Yeah, I would like to do this phlebotomy, something like phlebotomy course in Finland. So.
Is it free?
It's free actually. Yeah. Some of my classmates in nursing they enroll to IT courses.
Really?
Yeah.
IT courses?
Yeah, from nursing they shift to IT and it's free.
Oh,
they didn't pay at all.
Oh, you can do that?
Yeah, the education system in Finland are free.
I see. That's very interesting. So thank you so much for sharing that.
Thank you. If you're interested to apply in Finland, you should apply because Finland is really hiring some Filipino nurses.
So let's go to Europe.
Yeah, let's go to Europe. Yeah. Disclaimer lang, malamig sa Finland.
Sobrang lamig.
And matagal ang winter, 6 months.
Pero you got to see as well the Northern Lights.
Well, you get to see the Northern Lights, the Aurora Borealis.
Yeah, that's very nice. So thank you again so much for your time. Let's cheers for today. And how do you say I'll see you guys next time in Finland? In Finnish.
Nähdään.
What's not done?
Nähdään.
Not done?
Nähdään.
Parang just see you. Okay. Cheers! This is Odyssey. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Nähdään. Hej då. Moi.